YouTube, Beigemore here. I'm doing a quick pickups video. Haven't done one in a while, but I've gotten several pretty cool games that I'd like to share with you. The first one, which I've already made a video of kind of, is Dante's Inferno for the PS3. Bought this used. It's in pretty good shape. Disc is fine. The case is a little worn, but you know, not too bad for $17. It's a pretty cool little game so far. Haven't finished it. Next is sol-feace for the Sega CD. I believe this was a pack-in game for the original Sega CD, and it's a side-scrolling shooter, and they have a cartridge version of this for the Genesis as well, and it's called sol-deace. It's kind of weird. So you got some DS games. Picked up Puzzle Quest 2. I think this was like 17 bucks used. And then I got Nights in the Nightmare. This is a tactics type game. I haven't really spent too much time with this yet, but it looks like it could be really fun and really time consuming. So I'm trying to finish up a bunch of the other RPGs I purchased before I really dive into this one. This was like $12, and they had it marked as used because the cardboard case was open. But then when I looked inside, the game itself, as well as the soundtrack that's included with this, wasn't even open, so it was pretty much brand new. I opened it and went through the tutorials on it, and it seems pretty complex. Then the third game I got for DS is Legacy of Ys Books 1 and 2, and this also came with a soundtrack even though it was used. These two were 12 bucks and this was $17, and GameStop is running a buy two get one free deal, and so you know, I paid for these two and get the third one for free, so it's pretty cool, especially since you know these two games are completely complete and used. Then just picked this up today. This is Gradius 5 for the PS2. I've been wanting Gradius 5, and it's kind of pricey online. It's usually around 20 to whatever, you know, $20+ easily for a complete copy. GameStop happened to have one for like 12 bucks, so finally got that. Disc is in great shape. So as I've said in earlier pickups videos, I don't really have any games for or cases for any of my PS2 games, so I'm not too concerned with that. Then I've also picked up Super Monkey Ball for GameCube. I've got a GameCube, but I don't have any games for it anymore anyway, and so I decided to start my GameCube collection again with Super Monkey Ball. And I bought this from a store that's on the other side of town. I live right around Houston. The store was on pretty much the opposite side of town, and it's like a 45-hour-minute drive, something like that. But I looked inside here just now, and it actually has Super Monkey Ball Adventure for the disc. The guy gave me the wrong disc, so I'm not sure what Super Monkey Ball Adventure is. I haven't played this yet, so we'll find out. That's kind of annoying though, because I was really wanting to play just Super Monkey Ball. This is another one I got today. F-Zero GX is only $5 at GameStop, and you know, games in there. I played this a little bit, but I really didn't spend too much time with it. I'm a fan of the F-Zero series. I mostly played the Super Nintendo one and the one on 64, so we'll see how this is. I've been watching some videos on it. It looked really cool. I was surprised that this was only $5. Then I also picked up Pikmin for $10 for the GameCube as well. Let's hope they didn't have any that weren't the player's choice version, which I'm not a big fan on like re-release games where they actually repackage or you know change the way the packaging looks. I think that's kind of crappy to do, but whatever. I paid for Pikmin and Gradius 5, and I could have got something that was like worth $10, but I went ahead and just got F-Zero for free. Then picked up a couple games from Best Buy as well. Still don't have a Wii. I've got Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, and then I guess that's the only Wii game I have. But anyway, I just bought these two. I've been wanting, I bought Samba de Amigo for the Dreamcast the day it came out. I actually bought the maracas and everything, and it was a pretty cool game. I don't have that anymore, and so I decided that I would go ahead and pick this up while it's $10 brand new at Best Buy before they don't have them anymore, because when stuff is that cheap, I mean that means it's on a clearance and it's usually out of print and they're not ever going to get any more. So pick that up for $10. And then I got a brand new copy of Punch-Out. I've been wanting to get this one really bad, but it's an expensive game for, you know, for it being out for how long. You see, this came out in like 2009, so it's a couple of years old now. Most game stores are wanting $35, $38 for a used copy. If you go on eBay, you can find it for like $25, $30, somewhere around there, used. Well, this Best Buy I happened to stop by had one brand new copy. I don't know why or how they still had it, but it was $31, so I went ahead and picked that one up. I was thinking about not opening it at first, but I think I probably will open it just to get the Club Nintendo code out of it. My brother just bought a Wii, him and his girlfriend, and so I might register their Wii under my account so I can get the points, and that would actually bump me up to the whatever the highest tier is, so get some free item at the end of the year. But anyway, that's the games that I picked up, and I've got one more item I want to show you. This is the big item I got. This is a Model 1 Sega CD. This is the first Sega CD unit that Sega released. Most people have the Model 2, which that was actually the first one that I had as well. I think this model was only available for about a year, and then they discontinued it because kids kept breaking the CD tray on front. This one's in really good condition. I mean, it does have, you know, some scratches up here, but that's not a big deal because the console covers it. And it's got a little scratch right there by the E. But other than that, it's in great shape. You've got the power plug here. This is the mixer cable. So in order to get stereo CD sound out of this unit, you had to plug your audio cables up to here. But that's all this would output. And so you had to, for the Model 1 Sega Genesis, you had to run a cable from the headphone output and run it into here, and that would mix it in with the Sega CD stereo sound, and you know, that way you get stereo sound out of that. And you know, that's pretty much it. Oh, and this little lock is to lock the mixing cable in place so it doesn't block the CD drive. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it, and give you some more updates later on. Thanks. One last thing, I forgot to mention that the place that sold me the Sega CD system forgot to check the CD drive before they sold it to me, and they left the Sega Classics Arcade Collection disc in there, so got a free game with it that I didn't have. Now I just got to find the case in the manual.